Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Monday, you guys. No, happy Thursday, you guys. My goodness. I'm still trying to get my days straight. Happy Thursday to you. Today is August 18th, 2022, and I am Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. And today we are here for Quilting Live. So hello. Hello. How are you guys? How is your week going? It seems to be a pretty quick week. It's gone by pretty quickly. But are you guys having a good week? And I have lots of stuff here to share with you. We've received lots of stuff in the shop. So I have many things to share and some plans to share with you and some new release follow-up items to share with you. So and some info on some collections that some of you have asked about. So let's do our romper room. Hello. Who is here? Hello, Tammy S. She says, hello, Angela. Good afternoon. Beautiful day here in Wisconsin. It is gorgeous. My gosh, it's beautiful here lately. Hello, Carla. Happy Thursday to you. Hello, Sharon. Cooler, only 81. That's good. Hello, Huckleberry. Hello, Martha. Hello, Deborah. Happy Thursday to you. Deborah got her happy mail this morning. Loving my stitchy stand. Oh, good. I thought you would like it. Using it as a tablet stand. It works great. I use a metal music stand for my cross stitch charts. Such a good idea. Hello, Kay. How are you, my friend? She says, hello, Angela, and all you happy little stitchers from Missouri. Go Chiefs. Football's getting ready to start. Hello, Lonnie. Hello, Darlene. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Victoria. Hello, Nancy. Social Circle, Georgia. I love that name. You may have said that one other time, and I remember thinking that's such a neat name for a town. Hello, Susan. You're so ready for the fall. Tired of the heat. I love fall. I don't know that I'm quite ready for it yet, but fall is my favorite season. And I'm just not ready for summer to wrap up quite yet. I'm not ready to let my kids go back to school yet. But there's also some good things that come from them going back to school, like getting back onto kind of a more consistent schedule. It doesn't mean that things get any less busy because things get busier, but it's on a more consistent schedule. Plus, I love sweaters and like cool weather and all the things fall. So I'm excited about fall, and I think I will be ready for it very soon, like very soon. Let's see. Hello, Jen. Preparing stems for remix blocks. Yay. Hello. I already said hello to Huckleberry. You know, hello twice. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Huckleberry. Jen says, where'd it go? I lost it. Jen says a remix came out yesterday. I thought it was Fridays. Totally missed that. So Lori hasn't released a remix yet on her YouTube channel. That'll come out tomorrow. But it was released in Riley Blake Designs newsletter yesterday. It usually comes out in Riley Blake Designs newsletter the Wednesday before Lori does it. So Lori's video is due tomorrow. So I started my remix from last month. These all were invoiced. So remix blocks 11 and 12. Invoices were sent this week and everything has shipped. We're completely caught up on shipping. So everything is shipped out to you guys. And I got my 6-inch centers done. I just have to add all the rest of the stuff. And then this will be done. And then I'll be ready for the new release tomorrow and to get fabrics ordered and all that stuff ordered and ready to go. I tried to get a picture from Riley Blake Designs blog, but every time I zoomed in on it to try to see the fabrics, they were so blurry. I couldn't tell for sure what collection it was from. Usually I can look at the fabrics and just tell and then order it right away. So I'm going to work on that today and try to get it ordered before we go camping. We're going to be going camping. So yes, keep an eye out on Lori's YouTube for next remix. It would be Remix Blocks 13 and 14 tomorrow. So hello, Anne. Hello, Sherry, Alice. Stephanie, hello. Hello, Valeria. Are you feeling better? Hello, Debbie. Hello, Carly Yelly. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm so glad you got your mug. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh, it's so darling. Love that mug. It's right back there. It's right there. So pretty to add to your collection. So glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Hello, Anne. I'm deep in cutting fabric for Farm Sweet Farm. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. Share pictures. Hello, Amy. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Nancy. She says, good week here. Fresh haircut and color. It always feels good. Puts a little bounce in your step. I need to. Okay. What? Jen says, sorry about all the changes in my art. No worries. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you get what you need. Don't even apologize. You don't ever have to feel bad for that. I'm happy to help. Anne says, Angela, you need a magic mirror. What is that? And why do I need one? My inquiring mind needs to know. Kim, hello from Northern Illinois. It's 81, but feels nice to open the windows. Where at in Northern Illinois? I grew up in Northwest Illinois. Hello, Kathy. Stacy, Angela, I got my shipping notice. I'm so excited to get my cloth. Yay, you are welcome. It's coming. It's headed your way. Hello, Carrie S. Hello, Lori Holt from beautiful Utah. Is it gorgeous there? Is your weather fabulous? Hello, Holly. Kay says, love all the fall colors. My favorite season 2. I love it. It's my fave. It's my favorite. Hello, April. Looking forward to my happy little stitch shop fix. I love it. Thank you so much. Nancy, hello. Better late than never for my last live of the summer. Oh, Nancy. I hope you're ready for your school year, and we are going to miss you, but we hope that you can pop in anytime you have a chance. And, of course, we hope you'll still watch the replays if you can squeeze it in with your busy school year. Vicky, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vicky. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Yes, you're welcome, Jen. Ooh, Lori has some info about her video tomorrow. Please share. I'd love to hear. So Anne says, Lori, thinking ahead, how does one quilt one of your quilts when there are buttons on it? Or can you add the buttons after it's been quilted? So if your quilter allows it, you can add the buttons before it's quilted, if it's okay with your quilter or whoever's quilting it. But you can also add it after. You can do it either way. Hello, Jody. Carrie says, I got impatient waiting for Happy Fabric and went ahead and finished. I saw it. It is so cute. I saw your post in our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group. It is so cute, Carrie. I don't blame you for getting impatient because it's so close to being done. I am a little bit behind, but I feel like I'm going to catch up lickety-split after we get back from camping. I have a lot of plans for after we get back from camping. And I can't wait for that quilt top to get done. It turned out so cute. I loved seeing yours. Oh, okay. So Lori says for remix 13 and 14, her daughter Cassidy films remix episodes for her. So she's unable to film. So I'm going to put it on my blog instead. So you'll be able to check out Lori's blog at beinmybonnet.blogspot something. Just search for Be in My Bonnet blog and it'll pop up. And so remix blocks 13 and 14 will be on Lori's blog instead. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for the update. Oh, you're still having COVID, Valeria. Please feel better soon. Lori says, I just found that out. They had to change doctor appointment. She has her ultrasound scheduled. That is more important. We can all see it on your blog, and I hope all goes well with that. That is so exciting. And I wonder if it's the big one. You know, there's one where you have to have done it like 20 weeks. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Where they do all of the measurements and you get tons of information from that one. And when I did it with the 4, it takes about a half an hour. It took 2 hours because they had to measure each baby and they had to get all of the information from each baby. And it's very exciting because you get all sorts of fun information and see how your baby is doing. And so that'll be fun. I don't know if that's where she's at or not, but that one's always fun, a fun appointment to go to. Sherry says your remix block kits are so generous. Thank you for so much for looking out for us and helping me. That's what I was hoping when we put those together, is that little by little you'd build up your scrappy stash with the remix block kits. So I'm glad that that's working out. I'm glad you appreciate it. I finished cutting and tracing all blocks for Prairie. Jen, you did. Oh my goodness. Magic Mirror is from Romper Room. Oh. Somebody else told me about Romper Room. I don't think I've ever seen Romper Room, but somebody else was like, the beginning of your live stream is like Romper Room. I was like, I don't know what that is. And she said, everybody goes around and says hello like that. I'm going to have to look it up. Oh, Anne says the lady from Romper Room used to look through her magic mirror to say hello to all the kids. Oh, I kind of feel like I do remember that a little bit. Nancy, hello. Lori Holt, this month's blocks are super simple. Just knowing the shapes from RBD newsletter, it should be easy peasy. McHenry. Oh, I know where McHenry is. Nancy says, Angela, I definitely squeeze in sewing in YouTube time. It's my much needed therapy. Oh, good. Let us be your therapy during the school year. Jen says, did you see I made all Scrappy stash baskets? I did. It's so exciting. Doesn't it feel so good to be super organized and to have something freshly organized? It's such a good feeling. It's a little bit of a rush. Yes, Lori, this remix is so easy. That's right about the buttons, Angela, and I do explain that in each song. Yep, Lori does go over that in all of her sew-alongs. If there are buttons there, she talks about adding before or after quilting. I would say what we do, are you camping or glamping? She says, I'm a definite glamper. I would say for us, because we don't have many of the comforts from home, I would say what we do is camping. We're not in a tent. We are in a pop-up camper, which is like a glorified tent. And it's comfortable enough. Like we used to only tent camp when the kids were little. And then we upgraded when they were about 7 and 8 or 9. We upgraded to a camper and it fit us well, but I'll be darned if those kids don't grow. And so they're all much, much bigger. So my husband was like, I don't think we can fit everybody. And I don't think that the boys will sleep together anymore. Because we used to put, a few in a bed together and we just can't do that anymore. And so I think the boys are going to sleep out in a tent and the girls are going to have the camper. And everybody's really excited about it, actually. The boys are excited to sleep in a tent and the girls are excited to not have stinky boys in the camper. So it's a win-win. But I would call it camping versus glamping for me. Carrie says, thank you, Angela. Now I need to find someone to quilt it as it is too big for my quilt frame. Good luck. Audrey says, hello, Audrey. Lori says it will probably be on my blog Saturday, though, because I'm going with her. Yay, that's so exciting. So Saturday, keep an eye on Lori's blog for the remix series 13 and 14. Hello, Colleen. No, I don't remember the romper room. You are too young for romper room. Well, thank you, ladies. I'll take that. Oh no, Colleen says water heater failed, blew out water. This out of this spout on the side of the garage. I panic. Call the fire department because of course that's weird. Oh my gosh. Plumber is here fixing things now. Colleen. Oh no, I am so sorry to hear that. But it's kind of funny that you called the fire department. But if you're in a panic and something's happening, you just do what comes to mind first. What did they say? Were they like, why did you call us? Or were they like, we're here to help you? Cindy, hello. No, hello. Romper, bumper, stomper, boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today. Have all my friends had fun at play. Oh my gosh. You guys are romper room people. Susan says, I envy all of you who have an ultrasound with baby. Yes, they didn't used to do that. We had to wait to find out everything. Lori says, yes, you are way too young for romper room. I barely remember it. It was on when I was very little, but I think I remember it because she always said my name. Oh, really? Kathy remembers romper room. Susan, I had mine. Only the baby heart rate. First gallbladder attack, Nancy says, we called the ambulance and 3 former students showed up. Oh, no. That would be hard. That would be super hard. Okay, so I have some pretty fun stuff to share with you, fun things to share with you. First of all, I want to go over some, I have to read what Colleen says first. They used to be her often when Mark had his heart attacks. Oh, they even remembered Lincoln and visited with Lincoln. Oh, well, that is super sweet. Firemen are unsung heroes. That's really, really nice then. You were meant to call them for a little reunion. That's nice. What are the chances of getting a hold of an original from Girl Vintage mug? Oh my gosh. Not high, I don't think, Carly. Lori says, yes, she always said it because Lori was such a popular name. I always had at least 6 other Loris in every one of my classes during school. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. I know. I'm missing, I think, 2. I think I'm missing 2. And one of them, Carly, I even carried in the shop and I sold them all and didn't keep one for myself. Can you tell I'm a little bit troubled by that years later? But I think I'm missing 2 and I'm so bummed about it. But once they're gone, they're gone. I don't think they're going to come back unless you can find them. Sometimes people have luck finding them on eBay or something like that. So that might be something to look into. Okay, so some really quick follow-ups from new release parties. For those of you who don't know, we did our new release parties. You have extras? Well, let's talk, Carly. I have no idea about the mugs. So Lori says, I have no idea about the mugs. I'm just a designer. She doesn't know. She's just a designer. All questions and requests about them need to go directly to Riley Blake Designs because they are the producers and distributors. I think we must be close to the same age. Yeah. So, and I've reached out to Riley Blake Designs about it. And you have to, if you were to order them, you have to place a minimum order, but it has to be like 5,000 mugs. So it's quite a high minimum order in order to have them produce it again. So that ship has sailed. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we had new release parties for Riley Blake Designs on Saturday night. We went through all of the gorgeous stuff that is coming in like February, March. March, April, and so many gorgeous collections. So really quick, I'm going to go through the ones I've been working to try to get reservations online this week. I've gotten a chunk done, but I don't have all of them done yet. I'm going to continue to work on the ones that I don't have done, but let me update you really quick on the ones that I do have done that are completely online at happylittlestitchshop.com. So you can go and reserve your goodies before I have to order them, and then you can be included in the order. So first up is Land of the Brave by My Mind's Eye. Okay, I have a fat quarter bundle online for this collection, and I have the flag panel online for reservation. I have the Galaxy of Stars quilt kit, and separately the Galaxy of Stars runner kit online for reservation. Okay, so that is Land of the Brave. It's out there. It's ready to reserve. I also have Spooky Schoolhouse by Melissa Mortensen. For this one, we have a fat quarter bundle reservation out there. We also have the tote bag panel out there for reservation. We have the Spooky Shelfie boxed quilt kit out there to reserve. And we have this one called Halloween Haberdashery quilt kit. That one's out there to reserve too. So a lot of these were requested during our new release party. All of those are out there for you to reserve. Okay, Nancy, I'll take a peek at that. It's great. Carla says it was a great RBD release party. Is the flag quilt large? The flag panel. The flag panel, 36 by 43.5 is the flag panel. Judy, hello. I have to watch the beginning later. So Judy, send me an email with your address, because for all of you who won prizes during our new release parties for Riley Lake Designs and for Moda, I have mailed all of the prizes out to you. So they're on the way to you, except for you, Judy, because for some reason I couldn't find you in the system, which seems weird to me because I'm pretty sure that I've sent you stuff before. So if you could just send me an email, Judy, so that I can get that stuff out to you. And then we have Fright Delight. This is by Lindsay Wilkes of the Cottage Mama. This collection is so darling. And I have the fat quarter bundle from this collection online for reservation. I have the panel online for reservation. I have this quilt kit called the Fright Delight quilt kit online for reservation. And I believe for this one, because these little collections are so popular, I have the half yard bundle available online as well. So there's that. This one is people were so excited about it. This one is Bright Stars by Teresa Kogut. Lori says, I watched the RBD release party last night. Thank you so much to you all for the kind words about Be Vintage and the world of Lori Holt. Oh my goodness. Such fabulous collections. And I'm going to talk about that one next. So Bright Stars by Teresa Kogut. We have the fat quarter bundle out there for this one. We also have the Bright Stars quilt kit, which looks like this. This is out there for reservation. And we have Folk Art America boxed quilt kit out there to reserve. So all of Bright Stars requests are out there for reservation. And Be Vintage by Lori Holt, Basics Collection, brand new, coming in March 2023. I have all of the stuff out there for this one, all of it. And I have a couple things to follow up with that Lori and I were just chatting about. So I'm going to pass on the information to you guys. So first of all, this is the Be Vintage Sampler So Long quilt. So we have a kit reservation out there for this one. I'm so excited that you guys are signing up for it. We're going to sew this with Lori in July. So here's the reservation. It starts July 10th, 2023. And somebody had asked a question the other night. Jen, Be Vintage is a basics collection. So it'll be around. It's basics collection. So somebody had asked the other night during the new release party, if we're starting the sew along on July 10th for this Be Vintage quilt, will we still start the collection sew along in August? So typically Lori releases 2 designer collections a year, one in July and one in December. And then she releases basics collections, one in March and one in September. That's what has been happening. I'm not saying that that's always going to happen, but that's what has been happening. And then typically she does a sew along for her collection that releases in December, and she does the sew along in January, towards the end of January. And the collection that releases in July, she does the sew along at the end of August. Well, to allow shops a little bit more time to prepare their kits and get their kits out, the sew along for her July collection is going to start in September. So somebody had asked the other day, how are we going to have time to get this done in time for her next sew along to start at the end of August? We don't have to get it done. We're going to have a little bit of extra time. Her sew along is not going to start at the end of August. It's going to start in September. So that's a follow up to the other night for whoever asked that question. That is your answer. We will have plenty of time to get this done and be ready for the next collection sew along that will start in September. Lori says, P.S. to all of you out there, you can always reach out to Riley Blake about any products of mine with questions, requests, or signed petitions for things to be done again. LOL. That's a good idea. Kimberly says, I'm in love with Be Vintage and the kit so longs. I'm going to have to keep working to support my hobby. Angela, is there going to be yardage in the Galaxy of Stars collection? Yes. I will order the entire Land of the Brave collection. Yes. Yep, absolutely. I will have that complete collection in the shop. Sharon says, power of the people, Lori. Lori is inciting a quilter revolution, a mug revolution. The Be Vintage sampler quote makes me smile so much. Isn't it happy? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to make it. For more Lori Holt autumn reprints. Kimberly says we need to start a petition for more Lori Holt autumn reprints. Kathy B says, I can't wait for Be Vintage. My first Lori. I'm so excited for you, Kathy. Yes. So Kathy, here's how it works with me here at Happy Little Stitch Shop for shapes. If you reserve a kit, then I automatically am going to get shapes for you, and I will add it to your invoice when I invoice you for the balance of the kit. So you don't have to worry about ordering it separately or reserving it separately or tracking it down. If you get a kit from me, I know you're going to need the shapes. So I just automatically order shapes for you and I add it to your kit invoice. Kay says, Angela, thank you so much for doing these lives. It makes my day. I'm so happy to hear that, Kay. I feel a connection to all the new Happy Little Stitch Shop friends. Lori's designs speak to me and make me happy. Well, then you, my friend, are in the right place. And I'm so glad that you found us, especially because I know you've had a hard time since the loss of your friend. And so I'm so glad that you found a community that you feel connected to. That's important. And it makes me happy to hear that. Carly says, I would do that, especially after the run on your Autumn Love Nutmeg, Maine. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Angela, for that. Oh, good. You're welcome, Paula. I'm glad you're here so that you could hear the follow-up. You are welcome, Kathy. Kimberly totally agrees with Kay. Lori says, I mean, quilt shops do that all the time. But as a consumer, yes, and supporter of my things, just because you do not have a quilt shop does not mean that you can't have those conversations with RBD. Jacqueline says, I'm so excited for Be Vintage. My mother made some Dutch doll blocks before she passed. I'm going to make Lori's doll and add to your mom's blocks to it. Jacqueline, I love that. I hope you will share. I hope you will share when you do that. Sally Quilt says, Angela, is there a way to see online the things I have reserved with your shop? So there is, but it's not super user-friendly. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. In your account at happylittlestitchshop.com, you can go back and look through your orders and see what you have ordered. But It's not the most user-friendly thing to do. So what a lot of people have done is they make up a spreadsheet or just a notebook with a list in it. It doesn't have to be anything technically fancy, but just a notebook with a list in it that says, you know, I ordered this and it's due at this time, so that you can keep track of all of the, because it can get to be a lot. So like what I do with all of the collections that I order is I have a spreadsheet, and I just add to that spreadsheet. I say if I ordered the whole collection, or if I didn't, I say how many kits I'm preparing for. I say how many fat quarter bundles I ordered, when it's due, you know, all of those things. But you could just do it in a notebook. But yes, technically it is, you can access it on the website. It just might take a little bit of digging to find what you're looking for, but all of your orders should be connected to your account. Be vintage, and if all else fails, just send me. I can easily access it on my end to get you to a place where you've got it all written down. So if you're unsure, just send me an email and I'll help you out with that. Be vintage is absolutely wonderful. I just redid my sister's sunbonnet Sue. Oh, I love that too. I love that, taking old quilts that are in your family and redoing them or restoring them. I love that. I had to make a spreadsheet with my reservations. I have a spreadsheet of all mine, says Hannah. Jacqueline says, I will definitely share it when it's finished. My mom always called the Dutch doll, but they are sunbonnet Sue and are very similar to Lori's template. I love that. Lori says, you guys would probably be surprised to find out how many times RBD has actually reprinted Autumn Love over the years, and that includes the nutmeg floral. Kay says, I keep a pocket-sized spiral note book listing all that I've ordered, from where and when to expect delivery, as well as how much the balance will be. See, that's perfect. And on the outside of that notebook, you can just write Happy Little Stitch Shop. Susan says, in the future, I'll use my Lori planner to track my reservations. There you go. Okay, so Be Vintage. I have more information about this to update you guys with. But we have the butterfly. We're making all the kits, people. Happy Little Stitch Shop is making all of the kits. So vintage butterflies, available to reserve in the shop. Vintage apples, one of my favorites. Sunbonnet Sue. This one is so darn cute. I meant to pull, one of these days I will pull that Sunbonnet Sue quilt that I got years ago when I was pregnant with Dee. I will pull it and show it to you. I got it at a church function, and so cute. So Sunbonnet Sue in the shop. This one is a favorite of mine too. The vintage dahlias. I think that's so pretty. That's available to reserve in the shop. Vintage leaves, Scotty dogs, and vintage kites, all available to reserve in the shop, as well as fat quarter bundle for Be Vintage and half yard bundle for Be Vintage, and backing sets. We have backing sets available in the sea glass and in the pink. So backing set reservations are also available in the shop. Then let me tell you, there are lots of new notions coming out with Be Vintage. So we have some new scissors, a new cute little bag, some new charms. This foundation paper is going to be used for the vintage kites. We have some new tape measures. So all of these things are coming. This is actually on the way to me right now. So I will have the vintage kite paper in the shop next week. And then there are some new readers. And Lori shared some information with me today. This new reader level magnification is 5.0. And she designed them specifically for cross-stitch magnification because she had so many requests from people to have magnification for cross-stitch. So this is fabulous. This is like on-the-go magnification you can take with you. It's a 5.0 magnification, and it will be perfect for working on your little cross-stitch projects. So that's a little inside info about that. And that is Be Vintage, my friends. Can you show the house block up close, please? Of course, Audrey. Of course I can. Let me see. Right there. Super cute. I love it. I've already talked about leaving the leaves off of this and doing this in a bunch of shades of green and making an Irish clover quilt. It's in my brain to do at some point. Jacqueline says, I about lost my mind when I saw Lori Holt sunbonnet suit quilt. I know, it's so cute. Lori says, now remember that all of the Bee Vintage quilts have the same setting. Yep. So all yardage is the same for borders and sashing. So you can switch them out for different colors that you prefer. So if you didn't want this to have a blue border, you could just switch it out for something different. Same for Sunbonnet Sue. Some people didn't want the purple border on Sunbonnet Sue, and so you can just switch it out. Or the plum, just switched out for something different. Because all of the settings are the same, right? They're all the same. It's just that the blocks are switched out and different. Kay says, I love the little snap sound that Lori's embroidery scissors make every time I snip a thread. Nancy says, Angela, do you have the 2023 planner? Okay, so interesting story, Nancy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we carried the 2022 planner. We did pre-orders for it. It sold actually really well. We sold all of them, and it did really, really well. So I saw that the 2023 planner is coming out, so I put a reservation out there for it and went to order them once I heard that they were in, but they aren't being offered wholesale to other shops. So I was like, oh no, I've already done pre-sales. So for those of you who pre-ordered it, I've got you covered. Okay. I'm taking care of it. You guys are covered. I'm not going to leave people hanging who have reserved stuff with me. So if there's any way that I can do anything about it, I am going to take care of you, period. You don't have to worry about that. So for those of you who reserved the 2023 planner with me, it will be coming. It's actually in transit to me right now. So I should have them hopefully next week. But I don't have it to offer other than for the people who pre-ordered it with me. So sorry. I wish that I could. I wish that I had it for you, but I do not. Lori says, all of my readers work for cross stitch, but 5.0 is the most popular by far. Carla says, the vintage kites remind me of the cathedral windows. Yes, I agree. I had the same thought. Lori is amazing. I'm so glad you joined us here, says Jen. Me too. Audrey says, thank you. Jolene says, oh, I need those readers for cross stitch. Colleen says, the umbrella, perfect for Washington State. Carly says, so happy to see the plums in this collection. Lori says, you all been asking for purple so much. I showed purple for that border, but that absolutely does not mean you must do a purple border. Yes, plenty of other prints in the collection in other colors. Are the stork scissors sharp to the point? I was thinking I need a pair for clipping my curves. They are pretty sharp to the point. Yeah, I have, I think, all of the other colors, green, red, and aqua. They are really sharp. Jen says, I know some don't like it, but it's my fave, so I chose that quilt on purpose. People shouldn't call when Angela's on. Judy says she just got on the phone. People should not call when Angela's on. Send you an email with my address. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then really quick, continued update from New Release Party. Simply Delightful by Sherry and Chelsea online. So the Fat Quarter Bundle reservation is out there. People also asked for a Dazzling Quilt Kit reservation. That's out there. People asked for Friendly Blooms. That's out there. And Happy Go Lucky. So all of the reservations for Simply Delightful are online. And also all of the reservations for Clover Blossom Farm are online. Fat Quarter Bundle is online. And the Clover Blossom Farm boxed quilt kit is online. And then I'm working through the rest of these. Those will be out there soon. Soon. Lori says, I've had so many people tell me that they love the purple borders too. I've had so many people reach out and they are super happy about the addition of the plums, the plum colors. A lot of people. I'm with Jennifer. But I knew Jen was so excited about the purple. Oh my gosh. As soon as she saw Prairie like last year, she's like, purple, there's purple in it. She was so excited. Okay, then I have so much more to share with you guys. So stick with me here. First up, we are preparing for Prairie Meadow Sew Along. It is going to start, it's going to kick off with Lori on August 29th, which is a Monday. So it's about a week and 3 days away. So a week and 3 days, which means I have lots of work to do next week. We still have a few, not a ton, but a few Prairie Meadow quilt kits in the shop. This is what the quilt kit looks like. So we have a few of these left in the shop. If you would like to join in, I've had people reach out to me and say, is it too late? And I said, absolutely not. It's not too late. You have plenty of time. All of our quilt kits are cut up and ready to ship. So it's not like you're going to place an order and then we have to cut it up and get it ready for you. It's gonna be ready to head right out the door to you. So it'll get out lickety split. So we have plenty of those in the shop. And so I told Cheryl, so Colleen says, I told Cheryl she can't start Prairie Quilt until August 29th. Are you guys having a Prairie Quilt race? Are you like both waiting to start at the same time? I don't know. I like stitching with Lori. If I were smart, which is very debatable, I would know, because of my schedule, I would start ahead of time. Like I probably should do that, but I don't, because I like doing it with Lori. I don't know why. I just like doing it at the same time. So I wait, but I know not everybody does, but I do. I just started cutting out my Prairie Meadows kit. So that's what I need to do next week. I need to get mine cut and ready to go. Who was it that posted in Happy Little Stitchers that she has all of her blocks bagged and in like organized in cute little baskets? Oh my gosh. I love that organization. Lori says, okay, I'll stop talking. It's just like when you used to get in trouble for talking too much in school. Obviously, I haven't changed. Why are you stop talking? Keep talking. I don't have a ruler. I'm not going to come and smack your knuckles. Keep talking. It's helpful. I like it. She's ahead of you on cutting. Oh, boy. Oh, I told her she has to stitch with Lori because, just because. That's why. I need the winning lottery numbers. Yes. Sherry says that was me. Oh, yes. So we still have plenty. And here's the little binder. I went in and I have my shapes in here. I have the beautiful sew along guide printed out in here. And I have my little pocket for that shape that's a little bit bigger. So my binder's all ready to go. And I just need to get to cutting. So Prairie Meadow quilt kits are in the shop. We have them for you and they will go out right away. Yes. I might not have Be Happy and Farmhouse Star done before Prairie starts like I had hoped, but it's going to be done in September. What is that noise? Oh my goodness. What are the backgrounds used in the Be Vintage blocks? Let's see if I can tell. Are they clover? Are they Be backgrounds clover? Oh, well, there's a fabric requirement list. I'm just looking at the picture and saying, oh, I think I know. They are cottage clover Be backgrounds. I was right. For the sampler one, it could differ for each. I don't know. Yeah, they differ for each. For the sampler one, that's what it is. So it's different, Linda, for each quilt kit. The backgrounds are for the blocks, but it's going to be different for each one. Lori says, I'm finishing up kitting each block for Prairie right now. Jen says, Angela, we chose the same paper for our pocket. We did? Did you get it? Oh, so mine came from the Prairie crafting paper. Did we choose the same one? I thought when I first picked it that it was the same as the outside of the binder, but it's not. This is like the blue version of the outside of the binder, and I think the outside of the binder is like sea glass or something like that. But yeah, that's what I chose, and I got it from the Prairie crafting paper pad. So this is in the shop for you as well, if you need some Prairie crafting paper in your life. Colleen says I should do block 1 today and show it on our floss tube just to watch her go. That would be awesome. That sounds like something I would do. You have to wait until the 29th and then make a block ahead of time. Oh, that'd be funny. This is my first Lori So Long Sally quilt. I'm getting organized, but I won't sew until Lori gives me permission. I am so happy you're sewing along with us. That is exciting. Oh my goodness. Carla says, can I ask one more question about the flag panel? Is there a way to find a quilt pattern for a panel? Yes. I mean, so you could keep it easy and you could just add some borders to it. I believe that there is, I would have to look up the storyboard, or you can go to RileyBlakeDesigns.com and look under American Dream, because they had a flag panel in their collection. The name of the collection is called American Dream. It just came out not that long ago. They have a flag panel in their collection, and I believe that there is a flag panel quilt associated with that collection, I think. And I also believe that last year, Land of Liberty was also by My Mind's Eye, which is the same as Land of the Brave. And I believe they had a flag panel in that collection. And so you might look up that storyboard, which would still be available at RileyBlakeDesigns.com. You could look up American Dream and you could look up Land of Liberty, and they might have a layout in there for a flag panel quilt. And then usually those panel quilts are available as free patterns at RileyBlakeDesigns.com. So that's the other thing you could do, is you could just go to RileyBlakeDesigns.com, click on free patterns, and then all of their free quilt patterns will be listed under there. And you could look for flag panel quilt patterns, and you might have success finding one there. So does that help, Carla? Let me know if it doesn't, and I can help you, send you links for ones that might work. Kathy says, I misread your post, thought you were knitting each block. Kim says, do you know when the wildflowers run out? It's on the way to me now, so I should have it next week. Thank you for asking that, because I almost forgot. So the Wildflowers Table Runner from Prairie and the Shoe Fly Stars quilt kits from Prairie are all in transit to me right now. So I should be able to send out invoices for those next week. So they're coming. They are on the way to me now, and invoices will be coming. Colleen says this one will be enjoyable to do. I'm finishing a Black Diamonds quilt, and there's a lot of cutting. I've taken to wear cutting glove on the left hand because one time I tried to reshape my finger with the rotary cuttery. Yeah, don't do that. Lori says, oh, wow, Angela, did you put your pocket in the binder tall instead of wide and the shape still fits? That's good to know. I did, yes, because it wouldn't fit wide. Yeah, so it wouldn't fit if I put the piece of paper this way. It wasn't going to be wide enough. So this is the length of the paper, and this is the width. So yeah, I turned the paper on its side to make sure that it was going to be wide enough to fit this in there. So yeah, turn your paper on the side and then cut. I didn't have to cut too terribly much. I didn't cut any off the top because I didn't care, that if it was down here versus up here. I didn't care about that. But I had to cut just a tish. I feel like it came to like 9. Like 8. The 8.5 side wouldn't have worked. It was like 9 or 9.5. I can't remember the exact amount. But just measure your shape and make sure you have enough with a little bit extra to slide it in and out. Yes. I'm so excited about Shoe Fly Stars. I'm too. That one has been going like crazy, you guys. Okay. And then I have some other goody things here to share with you. Oh, Lori says, oh, you did it how I did it then? For some reason, yours looked tall instead of wide at first glance. Oh yeah, I turned it on the side because if I did it tall, it was only 8.5, and I think the width, the shape measures like 9, or it wouldn't have been wide enough. I don't cut my paper at all. Oh, Lori says I don't cut my paper at all. I just do it exactly the same way as I showed my tutorial. Oh, I just did it from memory. I watched your tutorial the first time, and then I was like, I don't know that I need to go back and watch that again. I should just be able to do it. And so I did it. But I did cut a little bit off. But I probably didn't have to because it wasn't very much. Okay, then we have a couple new collections in the shop that I need to update you on. First of all, Leather and Lace and Amazing Grace by Kathy Holden. Fat quarter bundles have arrived in the shop. That's that. That's what it looks like. Super cute. So this is listed in the shop. If you reserved it, it is, an invoice has been emailed to you. And then I've had lots and lots of questions. Brand new in the shop is Slow Stroll by Fancy That Design House, a Wisconsin designer. We have the complete yardage collection in the shop, and we have panels and quilt kits available to reserve in the shop. And so a lot of you have said, where are these quilt kits? Are we going to be invoiced for them soon? Here's the situation. The pre-cuts are not here yet. So the Garden Stroll quilt kit and the Cascade patchwork quilt kit both require pre-cuts, and I don't have the pre-cuts to complete the kit yet. So that's why you have not been invoiced for it yet. Moda has not received the pre-cuts yet. They are due to arrive to Moda this month, which means that hopefully I'll have it early in September is the current ETA. By the time Moda gets it, has time to turn it around and get it back out to me, the ETA is early September for Sunday Slow Stroll pre-cuts. So then I should be able to get these quilt kits. All of the quilt kits are cut up and ready to go. We just need the pre-cuts in order to be able to get them out the door. But in the meantime, the complete collection of Slow Stroll yardage is in the shop, ready to ship. Yay, says Marsha. Lori says, I score. Yes, I did that. Oh, well, then glue, leaving unsecured and unfolded open at the top. Yes. And look, I got these cute little glue. It's like, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Double-sided tape. I used to use this type of thing all the time when I used to do scrapbooking. And I was like, do they still have those? And then I found, because it's kind of handy to hold, and you're just going, and then it's super handy. And they still had them. So I got this off of Amazon, double-sided tape. It's very nice. So it's here in my handy-dandy drawer. So that helped to do that little pocket. Incredibly tardy. Hello, Kim. But happy to see your face, Angela. I'm happy you are here. Kim says, one more question. Will the Joyful Nativity panel by Stacy be on the way soon? Yes. Yes. I believe I just got shipment notification. I can't remember if the panel specifically was on it, but I believe fat quarter bundles are coming. I assume the panel's on it. If the panel's not on it, it shouldn't be too far behind. So yes, hopefully next week for some of that stuff as well. Yes, I love that scrapbooking tape. You can either glue or use double-sided tape. Marianne says, Duck brand double-sided tape. Great stuff. Is that what that brand is? Oh, that's just what you're saying. I gotta look into that. I just grabbed some whatever brand I could find. Okay. Look what's coming to you guys in September. Look at this cute little packet. Oh my goodness. And guess what? Your fabric is already in here. It's already in this packet. So Quilt Seeds, Prairie Quilt Seeds, Block of the Month, 6-month Block of the Month program offered right here at Happy Little Stitch Shop. And this is block number 1. And invoices are going to go out for this likely a week like around a week from right now. So these cute little blocks are headed your way very soon. We already have one completely cut. We have two completely cut. We have three almost half cut. So we are almost 3 months ahead. Thank you very much, Joan, our quilt cutter. She's amazing and keeping us on track to get all of you guys, your goodies right away. So, ta-da! Quilt Seeds block number 1 coming to you very, very soon. You will have it in September. So that's exciting stuff. That's adorable, says Stacy. Those are adorable, says Colleen. Jen says, I'm clapping. Can you hear me? I can hear you all the way from Washington. Nancy says, excited for Quilt Seeds. Jen says, are they coming one at a time? They are coming one at a time, yes. Carly says, yay, Angela and Joan. Martha says, Joan, you are amazing. And you too, Angela. Sally says, does Joan make house calls? No. She's happy little stitch up only. Okay, and then look at this stuff. Prairie design boards have arrived. I don't know if I can safely. There we go. Prairie design boards are here. Are the Quilt Seeds pieced? They are pieced. Yes, Darlene, they are pieced. Yep. All of the Quilt Seed blocks are pieced. So there's that. Okay, so for Prairie design boards, we have 7-inch bitty boards. Ta-da! We have 10-inch design boards in basil. Is this basil? And taffy. I feel like that's basil, but I'm not sure. And then we have 14-inch design boards in tea dyed and heirloom sea glass. I'm doing this from memory, so bear with me if I get something wrong. And we have 18-inch design boards in heirloom coral and this other pretty color. There we go. Design boards for Prairie are in the shop. They are here. Well, Jen, I can still add them for you if you want me to, because your order hasn't shipped yet. Lori says, oh, seeing those Quilt Seeds with the fabric inside makes me happy. Yeah, the fabric is in here. It fits in. I was like, okay, I was researching what size is the packet? How small do we need to fold the fabric? I want it to fit in there nicely, and I don't want it to bunch or bend anything. And it fits in here really nicely, lickety split. You can tie the back of it. It's very, very nice. These will ship quite nicely. Colleen says, OMG, there's a quilt shop in that cuts my cousin's blocks for her because oh my goodness. Marsh says, oh, I'm gonna want some of those Prairie design. Yeah, me too. I was waiting for these to come so I could add more to my collection. Okay, then before I get to the big announcement that I have at the end, I want to share with you that chunky thread has arrived. We received a big chunky thread shipment. I know that this is like, there's a lot of Lori stuff today, but that's because I've received a lot of Lori stuff lately. And there's just a lot of Lori stuff going on right now. So chunky thread, I was so excited that it arrived. People have been waiting. So this is the pattern. The pattern's included in here. Nancy says, where are the instructions for the Quilt Seeds? There's pattern in here along with your fabric. So your whole kit for this block is right here in this cute little packaging envelope. Pattern and fabric. It fits right in there. Okay, so chunky thread, big shipment has arrived. And you guys are not messing around. We have been shipping chunky thread the last couple of days like crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm happy that my Quilt Seeds envelope design it's working really good. I will be honest, I was like, oh no, Is the fabric really going to fit in there? I don't know. And I was seriously measuring. Like I was measuring, I looked up the size of this. I was measuring as we were folding the first one. Once you get the first one done, then you kind of, the rest of it goes really easily. But you have to get that first one folded right to then be able to put into a little bag. I always like to bag our fabric just in case anything happens. And then put the little bag inside. And it worked really, really well. It worked really, really well. Okay. Look. Chunky thread arrived, and I've made this pillow. So there's that. Oh no, I'm so sorry if it's too much, Lori. It is not, Lori. Oh my gosh, not for me, ever. Not for me. You don't ever have to worry about that. Quilty B, I'm so glad you understand that the seed packets are intended to include the fabrics. I have seen so many stores sell the pattern and envelope, which would make the pattern cost over. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're kidding it up for you. Quilty B. Sharon says, oh, Angela, that's adorable. It's a beautiful pillow. It's a beautiful pillow, says Tammy S. and Sally. Judy says, can never be too much Lori stuff. I'm in agreement with you, Judy. Kim says, so pretty. Great job, Angela. Thank you, Kim. I saw your post in the rocking chair, says Stacy. So dang cute. A lovely make. Never too much, Lori, by the way. Sharon says, Lori, we could never have too much. Oh, see? Everybody's loving it. I cut fabric for kids to decide what size to send. Yeah, and so it worked perfectly. Okay, so I'm loving this pillow. And of course, every time something new is made, my little one is like, is that for me? I said, no, this one is not for you. I'm making you another one. So I'm in the middle of making hers too. But I had to share this because it's very cute. I was a little bit worried that I made the outside too big. But I think it's okay. I maybe could have done one round less, and I think it still would have been okay. But I think it's okay with how it is. I'm definitely not going to go back and like take it out. But these were my favorite colors, and so as soon as I saw Lori do it on her crochet series, I had to make one because it's just too pretty. So the diagonal quilt pillow is done, and for those of you who have heard me talk before about doing an October crochet along, I think I'm going to make another one of these, but in fall colors, and make a fall pillow. So that's my plan. And maybe I'll do it a little bit bigger. I don't know. A different size. Kim says, just finished 2 baby quilts for Miracle of Quilts. Yay! I love that. Thank you. Love the colors on that pillow, says Plain. Thank you. Well, I mean, I agree. I didn't come up with that color combination. Lori did. Jan says, what are the pattern names of the 2 quilts hanging behind you? And where are they available? Okay. So this one is called Retro Ornaments. It's by Lo and Behold Stitchery. And the pattern used to be available in our shop. And if it's not, you can click the Notify Me button and I will get more to have in the shop. This one is Flea Market Flowers Table Runner by Lori Holt. This was a boxed kit that we used to have available in the shop at happylittlestitchshop.com. I'm not sure if we have any left, but that's Flea Market Flowers Table Runner. Flea Market, maybe it's just Flea Market Table Runner kit. And then this one down here is Vintage Christmas from Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas book. So I hope that helps. Your pillow is beautiful, says Quilty B. Thank you. Lori says, the quilt seeds are meant for quilt shops to do block of the month or sell patterns singly. Yes. Lori says, it looks great, Angela. There are no crochet pillow size pleats. True. But as I finished, I was like, oh, did I do it too big? But I think I like it. I think it's good. It's not anything I'm going to stress about. So I think if you take anything away from that, you know, if you're going to make one of these, if it ends up being within a couple rounds, you're probably safe. So there's that. And look, we have restock of so many chunky thread colors. Now we don't have all of the colors in stock yet, but more will be coming. And we got a lot this time. So our wall was really, really full, and now it's not nearly as full as it was, but we got a bunch back in. So cayenne we have in the shop. Denim has been restocked. Beehive, linen, steel, sweet mint, spring green, vivid, peacock, and honey have all been restocked. And then we already had in the shop, we have a bunch of terracotta and raisin and pebble and leaf and pumpkin and brick and so many colors. Like we're only short a few. So now's the time. Grab your fall colors for our crochet along in October. And now's the time to go grab your chunky thread. Restock on your thread. And then more is coming. I have another small shipment that's on the way to me right now. And then I know that more will be coming eventually once Riley Blake gets it in. So chunky thread has been restocked. Marcia says those yarn colors look so pretty together. They really do. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong with Lori's colors. You know, they all go very, very nicely together. What size are the blocks in the Lori Holt sampler quilt? 6-inch. Audrey, they are 6-inch blocks. You can make a sampler quilt with 12-inch blocks. So instructions for both 6-inch and 12-inch come in the book. But to do all of the blocks in the Vintage Christmas book into this sampler quilt, you have to do 6-inch blocks. Well, or you could do 12-inch blocks. It'd just be a huge quilt. But so those are 6-inch. All of those 10 colors would look pretty together in a diagonal pillow. Oh, they would. They really would. The other thing I think I'm going to start doing, I'm doing my granny square Afghan. So I keep adding my granny squares for that. I'm in the middle of a pillow for my little one's head, so she can lay her head instead of on the teeny tiny pincushion pillow. But I think I'm going to do just a big Afghan, just a big granny square, you know, like that. I want it to be multicolored. I don't want it to be all of the same hues, but I'll just keep adding to it. And not like a big, just a little throw size, I think. But this would be fabulous. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it, love it. Okay. Announcement time, my friends. She's talking about this one, I think. Are you talking about this one, Audrey? The Vintage Christmas one? Maybe you're talking about a different one. Okay, here is the big announcement. Scrappiness is happiness. You guys have reached out so much about this. Where is my phone? And more specifically, let's see if I can do this with one hand, not drop my phone on the floor. More specifically about, oh, for heaven's sakes. Hold, please, while I find it. More specifically about this, the happiness, Scrappiness is Happiness, So Long with Lori, featuring Scrappy, Lori Holt fabrics, into this cute little sampler setting. So guess what, my friends? We're doing it. Happy Little Stitch Shop is doing it. We are sewing along with Lori, and I hope that you guys will join in. Maybe you guys have already decided. Maybe you guys are already jumping on the bandwagon. But the idea is this sampler quilt is 32 different blocks that are all in this book, and you put it into this quilt setting. And it's starting at the end of October. And let me show you. The idea behind it is to get more comfortable sewing Scrappy, which I could definitely use the practice with. And so I'm going to jump in and participate in that. We put together a Scrappy bundle. Oh, I wondered if it would stay up there if I could show it to you guys. We put together a Scrappy bundle. Looks just like that. This is Lori's Sew Your Stash Scrappy bundle, Scrappy starter bundle. And so these are all of the fabrics in the Scrappy starter bundle. It's fat quarters, and you get 40 or 42 fat quarters. I can't remember. They're available online at happylittlestitchup.com. This is the bundle that I'm going to be using to sew my Scrappy quilt with. There's a picture, that exact picture. I just got done taking that picture, and I just left it on the board to show you guys. That board actually my dad made for me. It's from my grandma's barn. It's a piece of her barn from when I was little and grew up. The barn blew down in a storm, and it's a piece of the barn that I used to play in all the time when I was little. And we use it for taking pictures on. It's kind of heavy, actually. Oh, the new one, Audrey. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought you were talking about this one back here. Scrappiness is happiness, says Carly. I love that book. I keep drooling over it. Lori says, I designed that quote for the sew along so that you all would have a sampling of each Scrappy block and get an idea of how Scrappy works and easy and fun it is. Audrey says, the sampler with the house block. I asked to see. Oh, I'm wanting to make a quote with Lori's house blocks. I have 2 other books with her house blocks in them. So from B Vintage, the B Vintage sampler quilt, which is now buried, but you're talking about this one, and specifically you're talking about that house block. I don't know what size those blocks are. Lori might be able to tell you. Is that the same bundle that you offered before? Yes. So this is Lori's Sew Your Stash Scrappy Starter Bundle. Same bundle, but that's the whole reason that we put it together, was in preparation for this. That's the bundle right there, in preparation for the release of her book. And so Lori's Sew Your Stash Scrappy Starter Bundle is at happylittlestitchup.com. That's what I am going to be sewing with, making with that. And then I just need to figure out backgrounds. So here's my question for you. Lori's sewing Scrappy backgrounds, because it's going to be a completely, fully Scrappy quilt. So she's going to be sewing Scrappy backgrounds. And you guys can sew from your stash. You don't have to buy anything. The whole idea is to just take it and sew from your stash. But I know some people out there do not have a plethora of Lori fabrics to pull from to sew Scrappy. So people had been asking for a Scrappy bundle to kind of start their Scrappy stash. So that's the reason that we put together this Lori Sew Your Stash Scrappy Starter Bundle, is to help people who needed to kind of start their stash. So that's available. I was planning to pick, of course, you could also use a collection if you wanted to. So I pulled fat quarter bundle for bee plaids. You could grab that if you wanted to sew with that and not do a completely scrappy version. This is cookbook. We have that in fat quarter bundles. Of course, there's Prairie and there's Stitch. So we have all of these fat quarter bundles available in the shop if you would prefer to pick a collection and sew that way instead. So my plan was to not do a scrappy background and to just do the same background for sashing and borders and all that kind of stuff. I haven't completely decided. So my question to you is, we used to have a bee backgrounds fat quarter bundle available. And I've been asked to have that available again, and we haven't done it yet. Would you like a scrappy background bundle put together of either all bee backgrounds or a mixture of bee backgrounds and like there's a nice cherry turnover background in cookbook, and then Prairie has a ton of backgrounds such as this, which would be beautiful. Bee Plaids also has beautiful backgrounds. This is another one from Prairie. And then the first one that came to my mind, because this is one of my favorite prints and I have not used it in a quilt yet, but I don't know if it would work or not, is Flea Market Bookkeeping. I love this fabric. So do you guys want us to put together a scrappy background bundle, or are you good? Kay says, oh goodness, I love it. Scrappiness sampler all the way. Yay, Kay. And it should be very manageable. So it's going to start October 31st and it lasts for 32 weeks. So I believe it's just like a block a week. So it should be, that's the reason that I jumped on board, is because I feel like it's doable. Plus, I like to support Lori. Like to sew with Lori. Marcia says, love your display of scrappy fat quarters. So beautiful. Thank you. And it's a little personal meaning behind it on the barn board. Audrey says, yes. Judy says, or sew from scraps. Yes, absolutely. Lori says, be vintage. It says on the storyboard what size blocks are. You need 10.5-inch trim ruler, and they finish at 10. Okay. I couldn't remember, and my storyboard is buried. So I couldn't pull it out again. I knew that it was in there, but I couldn't remember. Sharon says, what that is so neat about the barnwood. What a neat way to have it in your life. Yes. So my dad gave that to me. He got it all ready and gave it to me. And he said, maybe this would work for doing, I was talking to him one time about trying to take pictures and have a nice background to put it on. It would be nice if it was portable so I can take them outside to take pictures, when the lighting is good outside and when it's warm outside. And so he made this. So I take it outside and I organize and arrange stuff on it. And it's nice. I feel a little piece of my childhood in every shot. Will you be getting the 60? Yes. I ordered it again. So we did have it in. It sold out very quickly. I ordered it again, and I cannot remember if it's in stock with Riley Blake Designs or if it's on back order. So if you want me to get back to you about that, Debbie, just send me an email and ask, and I can look that up and let you know. I love the board that your dad made for you. Very cool. I love it too. There's so many good memories running around that barn. Oh my gosh. My grandma had cats, and the cats would always have kittens, and she'd hide them in the walls of the barn. And every spring we would go out and we would try to find the kittens and figure out where the cat had hidden them. April says, if I'm going to do vintage sampler in Calico Garden, should I get the Be Happy or Prairie or Fill Thread? Oh, Lori, you're going to talk me into doing scrappy backgrounds. It does not take much for Lori to talk me into doing things. So April, I don't know, because there are some plums in Calico Garden, and you're going to get the plum Aurifil thread through Prairie. So if I were you, I think what I would do, if you could do it, I would get the smaller Happy Colors box and the Prairie box. If you can make that work, because you're not getting the gigantic box. I mean, if you didn't have to worry about anything in the world and like you could just make your dreams come true, I would get the large Be Happy color thread box and the Prairie one. But I understand budgets. And so I would get the smaller Happy Colors box and the Prairie box. And if you could only do one, Lori says both thread sets have all different colors in them. So if you could only do one, I don't know. I don't know which one I would do. I would probably lean towards the Happy Colors, I guess. Carly says, I would love a mixture personally. Background mixture? You would like a Scrappy background bundle, not just all Be backgrounds, but a mixture from each collection. We could do that. We could cut those up next week and have them online next week. I think a mixed background bundle would be very nice. Okay, good. This is good feedback. I don't need a bundle, but I can't resist them. I have had lots of requests to get more Be background bundles online. So that's already on my radar to do. And then when this situation presented itself, I thought, okay, well, I mean, it only makes sense if people need a Scrappy starter bundle, they probably need a background bundle as well. So you could just do a mixture of all of the backgrounds that are out there. I vote for Scrappy background bundle, says Kay. Lori says, just like I said in my interview trunk show, I think Scrappy backgrounds add so much interest to the quilt. Oh, they do. Do you think, so here's a question, Lori, because this is what is swaying me towards doing all one. Do you feel like there's a time difference between doing a quilt that's completely Scrappy backgrounds versus doing all one background? Do you feel like their time is saved doing all one background versus Scrappy? Probably not a ton. Probably not enough that would make a big difference, I guess. Debbie says, would like backgrounds from various Lori Holt collections in a bundle. Okay. Lori says both thread sets have different colors in them. Lori says, since my large Aurifil collection, I have done Prim and Prairie to add new colors that aren't covered in the large. I like the bundle you cultivated. Thank you, Null. Okay, so we will cut up backgrounds into a bundle, and we will try to get that online next week and ready to ship out to people. And actually, I might put it online today. So then if you're interested in it, you can click the notify me button. So then we kind of have a ballpark as to how many to make up for people. So take a peek at happylittlestitchshop.com either later today or tomorrow. And if you find the, I'll probably call it the same thing. This one's called Lori Sew Your Stash Scrappy Starter Bundle. And I'll probably call this one Lori Sew Your Stash Scrappy Background Bundle. So take a peek at that. And if you want one, click the notify me button so then we can know how many to make up. Jan says a Scrappy background bundle would be great. Yay. Lori says, no, time is not saved. You still have to cut each piece and you only cut one block at a time. So it's same amount of time pretty much. Okay. Then I should just do Scrappy. The whole reason I was thinking about doing not Scrappy is because I thought, well, maybe that would save time, which seems to be so precious these days. But if you don't think it's going to save much time, then I would prefer a Scrappy look versus not a Scrappy look. Okay, so that, I hope you guys will join me in sewing this cute little sampler thing. And don't worry, there will still be plans in the future to make some of these quilts together, because I know that we have talked about that. And that will still happen in due time. Can't do everything at once, but we can plan and kind of plan stuff out little by little. So I hope you guys will join in making, for the love of Peter, why can I never find this picture? It blends in very nicely. I hope you will join in making this with me and with Lori. Scrappiness is happiness. So long. This fall. Coming to you this fall. And that is all I have for you guys today. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is kind of exciting. So please subscribe and help us get to 5,000. And please follow Happy Little Stitch Shop on Instagram. We are almost at 18,000 there, and I would love to reach that goal, that milestone. So please follow us there. And don't forget to join our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group, and check out happylittlestitchshop.com for all of your cross-stitching and quilting goodies. Kay says, thumbs up. Lori says, I'm super excited about all the sew longs. I am too. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about it. I really, really, really am so excited about it. Carly says she's in. I love it. Noel says she is in. Yay. Vicki says, I want to say thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Thanks, Angela, for the special song. Happy birthday, Vicki. And I really do hope that you have a fabulous day and you get to do something a little special for you. Celebrate you, my friend, and have a good day. Kay says, have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, Angela. Happy birthday, Vicki. Lori says, happy birthday, Vicki. Okay, you guys have a fabulous weekend. Fingers crossed for a safe camping trip with no super exciting stories. And I will not be here with you on Monday next week for our floss tube, but I will see you. We might reschedule that floss tube for Tuesday. We'll have to see because there's lots to accomplish next week. But I will for sure be with you on Thursday next week. So please come back and join me then. And then next week is the last full week of August. Kids are going to be back in school. It's going to be a more consistent, regular schedule. It'll be fabulous. But next week, we are going to try either next week or the first 3 days the following week, sometime before September 1st. We are going to try to do another Happy Little Stitch Hour. We're going to stitch together. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you so much, everybody. I got a little tickle in my throat. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you had fun. I hope this was lots of fun and helpful and happy information for you. And I will see you guys next week. Lori says, have fun camping and don't break a leg. I hope not. Have a great weekend, you guys. Take care. I'll see you next week. Happy stitching.